Some coincidences are so bizarre that they feel like they were meant to happen, but are they just random chance or something more? From unbelievable ancient occurrences to modern-day mysteries, here are 10 crazy coincidences that are hard to believe. But first, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more amazing videos. 10. The Great Fire of Rome. During the Great Fire of Rome in 64 AD, which reportedly lasted for 6 days, the Emperor Nero was at his country estate in Antium with his wife Poppaea Sabina. But he had earlier sent for her to come to Rome, so when she arrived, the city was a smoldering ruin. The two of them then decided to return to the city together. As they entered through the Porta Capena gate, they found that their house was the only one still standing. It was completely unharmed by the fire. Some have suggested that the fire was actually started by Nero himself, although there is no concrete evidence to support this theory. 9. The Hanging Judge. Roy Bean was an American judge who presided over courts in Texas during the late 19th century. He was known as the Hanging Judge because he was extremely harsh and reportedly sentenced over 200 men to death. What makes this story strange is that after Bean died in 1926, it was discovered that all of the men he had sentenced to death had actually been innocent. This is truly shocking and raises questions about how such a miscarriage of justice could have occurred. Further investigation revealed that the majority of the men had been convicted based on the testimony of a single witness, which is highly unusual. 8. The Lost Colony of Roanoke. The Lost Colony of Roanoke was an English settlement on the island of Roanoke in what is now North Carolina. The colony was established in 1585, but by 1590, the entire colony had disappeared. When the English returned to the island, they found the word Croatoan carved into a post, which is believed to indicate that the colonists had moved to the nearby Croatoan island. However, no trace of the colony or its inhabitants has ever been found. There are many theories as to what happened to the colonists, but the truth is still unknown. Number 7. The Monkey Trial. The Scopes Trial, also known as the Monkey Trial, was a famous court case in 1925 that involved the teaching of evolution in public schools. John Scopes, a high school biology teacher in Tennessee, was accused of violating state law by teaching Darwin's theory of evolution. The trial was a clash between traditional religious beliefs and modern scientific thought and was widely publicized. What makes this story strange is that during the trial, Scopes admitted to teaching evolution, but claimed that he had not actually violated the law. Despite this, he was found guilty and fined $100. 6. The Case of Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley was the author of Frankenstein, one of the most famous horror novels of all time. However, she did not live a normal life. She had a very unusual childhood, and many strange things happened to her. For example, she was born in London during a thunderstorm, and her mother died shortly after giving birth to her. She also lost 2 children to illness, and her husband, Percy Bysshe Shelley, drowned in a boating accident. All these tragic events inspired some of her writing, including Frankenstein. 5. The Disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was a famous aviator who disappeared over the Pacific Ocean in 1937 while attempting to circumnavigate the globe. Her plane was spotted by a Japanese ship, but it was never heard from again. There are many theories as to what happened to Earhart, but the truth is still unknown. Some believe that she landed safely, but was captured by the Japanese, while others believe that her plane crashed into the ocean. 4. The Man Who Knew Too Much. In 1922, a man named George King witnessed the murder of a police officer in Philadelphia. He reported the crime to the police, but they did not believe him and even arrested him for the murder. However, King was released after 3 days without charge, and the case was never solved. Years later, King learned that the real killer was a man named Harry Higgins, who had confessed to the crime. Higgins had actually killed the officer because he had witnessed him accepting a bribe. This raises questions about the nature of truth and the reliability of eyewitness testimony. 3. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is a mysterious book written in a language that has never been deciphered. It is believed to have been written in the 15th century and contains illustrations of plants, astrology, and other subjects. The book is named after the bookseller Wilfrid Voynich, who purchased it in 1912. The true origin and purpose of the manuscript are unknown. 2. The Devil's Tramping Ground. The Devil's Tramping Ground is a strange geological formation in North Carolina that has been the subject of local legends and folklore. It is a circular area of bare ground surrounded by a ring of trees, and is said to be the site of a Native American burial ground. Some believe that the clearing is caused by the devil trampling the ground with his followers. Others believe that it is the result of a meteorite impact. 1. The Man Who Lived Twice. In 1908, a man named Robert Pallavicini was sentenced to death by a court in Italy. He was convicted of murdering a woman and was executed by firing squad. However, his body was not released to his family for burial for several weeks. And when they finally received it, they noticed that the body bore strange markings that were not made by the bullet. This led to speculation that Pallavicini had actually been buried alive and that his body had decomposed and then reformed. While this is a bizarre theory, it is possible that it may be true. Hey, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to learn more about these topics, we've got plenty more videos to explore. See you next time.